Alright, this is going to be my next project, kind of in the vein of models, miniatures, toys. It's not really a model, but it's representative kind of a model. It's a Steve Good pattern. He titled it Go West. You got this wagon in the background, and then you got this family and the man on the horse, and it all fits on this one little base. This kind of the sort of stuff really interests me. It's pioneering, represents the pioneering time in the United States when people are moving from east to west, which really fascinates me. I have my own history. I've researched a lot of genealogy in this. My great-great-great-grandfather came to Texas in the late 1840s, built a log cabin in 1854 in what is now Wood County. This still stands. It had dovetailed corners on it, and to this day, the family lived in it till the 1950s, descendants of his, and it's now a lake house. It's been moved, but it's still standing and still being used. And it's historic. It's labeled as a historic thing here in Texas. But anyway, and I've researched a lot of other ancestors who did this very thing, what they're showing right here on this little model. I had one ancestor that actually pushed a cart from Ohio or Illinois somewhere out to Utah, and where the Mormons were. So anyway, I've got a lot of this in my history. It's always interested me. So I'm going to put this together, see what it looks like. I've got a somewhat interesting piece of wood. It's very plain, except it does have a little bit of a pattern right there. I tried to get it in there. I don't know if it's going to look good or not, so stay tuned. We'll see how that turns out. And basically a little cutting and a little gluing. This won't take long to do, I don't think. This is the most intense cutting right here. I've got all the holes drilled. Got a lot of veining in it to give it the look on the horses and the reins, and especially there where the guy's riding the horse. So get this to the saw, put my new blade in. I'm going to start with a small blade because I got some real small areas right here. I couldn't drill a very big hole. So a number 3, probably about as big as I can go on those. And I'll see if I can finish it out with that number 3. I may wear it out before I get through and have to go. And when I move up, I'll probably go to a 5 for these other areas. I've got one more place to drill there, I see. But anyway, I'm going to get this to the saw, put a new blade in it, and we'll cut it out and see what it looks like. So I've got it all cut out and done some sanding. I've also put a little bit of tung oil on it just to bring out that little bit of grain. Got a little bit of grain on the wagon, but it gives it just a little better look with a little bit of something on it. Kind of darkens it slightly and brings out the differences in the grain, especially this areas here. It's pretty well ready to put together. It's real simple, just two spots of glue. I'm going to do that real quick. Probably not going to film that. It's just a real simple thing to do. And then I'll be back with it and we'll look at it and I'll discuss what I think is important about this piece. There's the finished project. That was kind of fun to cut. I really like the theme of it. Like I say, I'm interested in the pioneers and cowboys and Indians and all that sort of thing. I've studied the history of that. And being a Texan, I've studied Texas history pretty deeply, and I've studied my own genealogy to know the people that I'm descended from that were in this pioneer group. But not only is the theme of this, I think, a nice thing, and I didn't really appreciate the pattern until I started cutting it. And what really makes this pattern is the veining, which makes everything stand out. And it works really well on this light wood. It makes it very visible. And so, yeah, it's like this one has a lot of veining in it. Of course, you got to be careful with those. As you see, the grain is running this direction. It'd be real easy to break those in little tight spots right in there. But I made it through without messing it up. But yeah, I really appreciate the veining. That makes this project look really nice. It's a Steve Good pattern, and he makes a very good use of veining. He has some other patterns. One that comes to mind is called MC Candles. It's a Christmas decoration. It's a wreath with candles in it, and it's got the holly leaves and everything. It's got all the veining in it. I've made that one once. I may make it again as a gift for someone. But again, I didn't really appreciate it. I just kind of like the theme of this, and as I'm cutting it, I realized how critical the veining was and how good it really makes it look. So anyway, that's my little project for this week. This kind of in the vein of a toy model, miniature type thing. As I say, he calls this Go West. And if you like that, hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to try to design some of my own stuff as we go forward. I've just had so many projects going in the background, it's hard to get time to get in and try to develop something, but I will get there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.